Yeah, and look, sometimes there's no coming back from that. You know, you got the blisters boiling, you got the tongue. It's a little bit tender, but either way, you get through it. And now, of course, we do have watermelon on offer to try and cool things down, because that's what we're going to need. Or we'll see. The pace can be set by G2 and Bait here. As G2 take that CT side, Bait going to be on the offensive, but will it be globally? Will it be recognized? And will it be quick? We see a lot of numbers going towards that B side of the map, so G2 seem to be ready for what Bait are bringing.
Well, SunPayus highlighted him before the game. Unfortunately, in the round, he's not going to be alive long enough to show us too much. Heavy got in the backline, though, always good for these sorts of scenarios. Quick flicks, and the pistols bring us down to a 3 versus 1. Mattis, haven't spoke about him too much in the pre-game, but I tell you what, he'll probably speak for himself here. All right, no chance. Caught in the murder hole. MPL doesn't want any of it. I was going to say, Mattis is normally sick on the pistols, but that was a quick one, Mac. Bait straight in. I do rate that one. Probably 8 out of 8.
Gotta love it. The firepower of the youngsters coming through to dance with the best of it. And this screen usually means we got a technical, which is exactly what you're going to see on the top of your screens. Someone having troubles, and it looks like it's Malbs. He doesn't seem to be too happy with something going down.
Well, he shook it off, though. There was like a nod of acknowledgement. Maybe it's sorted. Who knows? Comms issue. We see movement. Not seeing too much chatter. But a slow start from G2 is not what you like to see. If you are a G2 fan, there's a lot of those out there. In the audience, time ticking. Freeze time there. And let's see if Bait can lock in a second. G2, ooh, they're going to go for the Force Spy here in the second. Mirage, I guess it's a map where it can be effective. Tag and bag with SunPayus on the scout. He has been hitting some highs lately. Let's see if he can hit some more shots. Cheeky timing shots towards the window from Malbs. Hoping to do some decimating with the Deagle.
Noise made it mid. 1-4 split for G2. Just Mattis across towards that B site. And it seems to be a good read. Bait walking right into the stack. Mattis even just thinking about leaving the B site completely open. Heavy God. Short snout on the MP9. Will pick his fight wisely. Gets the dink, but unfortunately that AK always bites that little bit harder. Kensazor finding another with a Mac 10 and the 5-7 at range. Hunter tucking away and hoping that Mattis is going to be able to draw attention away. It is going to be a quick flurry of frags everywhere with just MPL remaining. Pre-fire Hunter swinging into it. And the frag in IGL again has to try to close, but it's SunPayus on 4 points of health, dodging the pre-fire and connecting for G2's first.
Oh, Mac. Thought I was going to back MPL on that one. Like the read for it, pre-fire, visualizing the frag back to his ticket booth, right? Like he had the right execution, but smited away. Would have been living up to what we were saying. He does step up in those kind of moments. There he tried to, but G2 take it back. Instantly erupt with a little bit of noise as well. And that's a bitter pill to swallow for Bait. Straight back to something a little bit more aggressive then. We'll see if this is a contact B off of it. They've got util. Couple upgraded pistols. Cheeky deep nade. Little tag there. Sliver straight to Senfuel.
Let's see what the call is from Bait. Looking like it's a late mid approach. SunPayus going for the M4 instead of that scout, which was so successful in the previous. Good timing on the resmoke towards the bottom of Con just to solidify the crossfire between Malbs and Hunter here. And oh, just as that one blooms, Malbs get a good chunk of damage onto Kensazor. It's the scramble through the short smoke. Hunter happily tripling down. Bomb making its way back towards the top of mid to try and help out NPL, who is going to find himself between a rock and a hard place here at the bottom of mid. Alex just with a P250, dropping that flash forward. NPL at range, can't tap away. As Hunter finds 4 nice ecos to pump up the stats nice and early.
Yeah, good defense there on the push towards short. Like a little bit of bowling. Comes in, clean strike, 3 of them down. And that final play onto MPL. Good protocols, at least, with a flash clear in towards con side. Still hitting a couple of shots where they can. Obviously, money's well and truly out the window. You got a pistol, couldn't convert the second. Now you're in G2's world for the first few. So just the Glocks and a 1P250 for the big man himself, MPL.
Okay. Man's out of the mix. P2 getting reinvested. Alex gets his mitts on it, and it will just be a staggered approach. But Alex with the opening might warrant a bomb plant, but that's still got to cross to sight. Alex upgrades from the Glock to a P2 all the way to the FAMAS and still able to reign true and cause a lot of damage here. SunPayus drawing attention. Just making a whole bunch of noise over towards the market. But will have the needle threaded. Doesn't have any idea as to where this Glock is coming from. And Kensizor gets it with a quick backstab. Info for the 2-man retake over towards short side. And G2 are getting thinned. Malves with a full belt of util decides this one ain't it, Chief. And that's going to be a second for bait.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Converting that. Matt is trying to hold it back with a FAMAS. They get onto the bomb site. Went out on the jewels. Kensizor as well. Good read as he makes that maneuver through the smoke. Dude, Kensizor was one of those players as well. If he starts to get going for bait, like he can be a real force to be reckoned with. I've always loved his name as well, man. He kind of reminds me of like some sort of Pokemon, you know what I mean? It's got that ring to it. Kensizor. Look at this guy.
That's wild. And NPL astounded as to how that one's worked. G2 here for revenge at mid, and the flashes favouring the CTs this time. Malbs and Mattis able just to react in the nick of time and head trick through that top mid smoke, unable to trade. Man advantage for G2, and they're going to be happy with that. Falling back into a 4-man setup over towards the A site. Hunter, confident just to solo towards B.
Ooh, hello. There we go. Quick work back. I mean, 2 rapid frags. Hunter on a short side. You can see all the barrels, but with a HE in his hand, he's blown away. SunPayus at the back of the bomb site on B now, arriving on rotation, but they got their eyes lighting up towards A. There is a god to defend it. Post is up on ticket booth. He's got the FAMAS. Peek in. Good tag on head trick. Molly to give them space, though. You can start to push up on it. Oh, heavy god. Straight through the box. Cuts it back open. Standing strong. It might be one man. With the size of his hands, he's just laying them out on entry towards the bomb site. It suddenly gets so awkward. A 2 versus 2. Heavy God still in CT. And SunPayus locking it down towards short side, Mac.
Let's see what he's going to pull out of his hat here. Heavy God. Oh, lovely reaction to dodge the flash, but unfortunately the FAMAS leaves something to be desired in the accuracy department. NPL has just enough timing to slip his way into jungle and just keep eyes on the cross towards sight. Bomb planted for him and open enough as well for Essential to make it happen from Tetris, and SunPayus realizes that it ain't all that. There's no going back for a third for G2. It's bait to double down. Lovely little trade game. You got to remember that they lost that first pick as well, so winning the 4v5 is huge for bait. Just catching a nasty timing over towards short, and then again, Heavy God's position was known.
Yeah.
Loses the fist fight.
So here's the interesting thing as well outside of the game for this bait team, Mac. It feels like you're going to see, Kensazor especially, like if there is any sort of frustration, he'll vent it instantly in a round and try to shake it off, get back in. Oh, they're a pretty good team mentally at resetting. Even if they have a slow start, it only takes one round for bait, so never count them out. It's far worse for G2 with a bye, but they're making this look like it's an advantage round. Mattis even getting the dink back onto the brains of the operation, slapping NPL upside the head. Heavy God's got the deagle. He showed us what he could do with a FAMAS, but on the pistol, it's not as crisp.
There's a chance, but I don't know if it's going to be Malbs to try and find these finishing blows, or if it's the timing of Hunter that can maybe land it onto NPL, onto Ascenthial, who he would have found if he kept on going through Kitchen. But there you go, two-man swing and bait. They are done with this round. Hunter can potentially thin the numbers, but there's no getting away from the bomb. The explosion's going to be happening in moments, and it's huge now on Mirage. Will they live? I don't know. No one will. We'll find out in a moment.
I think at most only one of them should have died. Should have been okay. You do have to run a little bit further on Mirage now. It's kind of arduous, but
yeah,
from where they were, it's not as bad, mate.
There's that glorious clip from last year, was it? Or earlier this year when Vitality all tried to survive on short. And all five of their ragdolls just get exploded out. I think it was that short plant being a little bit devious. And speaking of devious, Malbs just beating the bloom of the con smoke. Two-tap with the M4 onto Kensazor. Puts bait into a rough position again to try to fight back from.
Alex. Off the backdrop of his teammate with a flash in. He's able to raise a little bit of hell with a single pick. So equalizing it back into a 4v4 then. Don't have to commit to anything either. You show somewhat presence towards the site, invest that one flash, get a frag from it, wrap the bomb back instantly. Bit of a slower rotate round. NPL's got a bit of presence and feels the need for this rotation to the late B play. Time to cook on it. They got nades as well. Mattis, though, on defense. Usually, this guy has hawk eyes, man. He is quick. So let's see if the shots hit. The smoke's good for a little bit of delay. They just go contact in.
Oh, Lord, Mattis.
Oh.
Was that 4 headshots in a matter of seconds?
Yeah, dude.
Bait just getting absolutely torn to shreds on their approach towards the B site, which gives G2 a lot more room to breathe, given the couple of shots coming through. But again, NPL, we talk about him as being that fragger, and him and Alex 666 going to be able to lock it in. SunPayus wants none of that. Backing away from market, even after knowing the positions of both those Ts, will not be giving it a crack, putting high priority on keeping the AWP alive to try and find some more success in the future. But Bait off to the races with 5 on the T side.
Yeah, this is big from Bait. Taking advantages where they can. Nice to see Alex getting himself online early as well, bro. It feels like at times he can be a bit of an inconsistent piece for this team, but when he's on, you certainly feel the additional firepower he brings to this roster. There have been some quick heads-up calls, some nice repositions from NPL late round. Keeping it tight, keeping it interesting.
Well, tactical needed. And Saw just going to have a quick yarn to the boys. Just try and spin some confidence back to try and steady this CT half. Maybe more of a mental one rather than tactical. But we are going to see these pistols brought out again, which has already netted G2 at least one of these rounds. SunPayus with that scout getting the 3K back then. Second round of the game. And the AWP is going to pack even more of a punch. So we'll see what they opt to do. Looking like Hunter There's some read off these smokes that he's just going to go for the full stack towards A, but it's a faster approach up short, and if the Senthiel finds absolutely nothing on this B site, he's not even going to send it there. Happy with the pick and just looking to lock down ladder. Kent Cesar going to be caught in the meanwhile, but head trick close for the trade. NPL taking the numbers out, and they know that Hunter is usually that B site member, but a 1v4 tucked at ticket. I don't know about that one, Jackie.
Yeah, bro, it almost didn't feel live, right? Like, he just ran through in a couple seconds, rounds over. Brutal scenes. And obviously for a game where you can see, like I was saying a couple of the other rounds, man, like you see this big team at times, like they'll look a bit frustrated, but they kind of just throw it out and then reset. Even if they're like dejected, like head trick there, you've had a slow start to the game, right? He feels like he's not had enough impact on the rounds, gets his first frag off the board here, kind of like shaken out in the previous round. We were seeing it a lot at Star Series. You just win one round, and that's all they'd need to keep that overall mental high. Here, they're not even needing to just take one round. You're winning the game pretty handedly. They just like to shake out any of the bad vibes, try reset. I mean, a couple weapons denied at the end for Hunter. He can get himself an AK at least, unless Alex clacks him upside the head. And that's what will happen.
Yeah. Intelligent from Hunter, though. He knew that someone would be close, trying to doggy guard the AK. So he didn't go for the swap, but he did manage to get an extra $100 in the bank for the rest of the CTs with those 2 picks. I don't know if it's going to be detrimental enough to that bait economy long term. Only 4 rounds of play left here in the first half. And as you can see, yeah, there's a good amount of money there for bait to just keep on buying, even if things go wrong. They've already got 6 rounds on the T side, and you couldn't ask for too much more. But we'll see what they can get. Needs to be mentioned. NPL just fragging up, rocking the 4 KD currently. With the smoke fading towards underpass, G2 realised the danger that could be looming there. How's this timing? NPL managing to slide in, and all with the boost, it's a freebie. SunPayus none the wiser. Another not found though. Hunter able to lock in the window control, and this heavy setup over towards jungle finally starting to pay dividends for G2.
Yeah, matching the trades 1 for 1 here from either side, but the slight advantage is the damage back from Heavy God at least, equalizing some of the chip damage onto Ken Cesar. Finds that through the smoke. Mattis on the long con. It's the wrap all the way through T-spawn for the backstab. The other 2 CTs playing off one another towards spawn. A little bit of util to work with. Smokes in the back pocket. Diffuse kit on Hunter as well. Head trick's got his crosshair ready for the peak off of it. Ken Cesar waiting for the push to come. They don't have long left to work with. They've got to be swift about it. And with Mattis getting clothesline, it should all be going the way of bait. They slay the god and get another round.
Yeah, Mattis just realising he's taken a little too long on the flank, has to make noise, which kind of ruins the setup. And the T's all ready for everything. But again, just some of these timings, putting bait in the best positions to try and win these rounds. SunPayus had no idea that that boost was coming up. He thought he had a teammate watching it from somewhere, but feels like there was maybe something lapsing in the comms. 3-2 split again. Bait. Heavy stack of those HEs to try and find Malbs in con. But the combination of that and the molly is avoided by G2. And off the back of that information that they'll gain hearing all that util dumped, Bait just going to go for the all-in towards A.
Oh, okay. Oh, mate. Oh, that's a hell of a fight. Yeah, you're thinking MPL's going to get that. Heavy guard. The big deagle coming out once again. Head trick will open it. Heavy guard. Off the back of the nade, damage converts into a second. Ken Cesar jumping for joy as he peeks back into CT. And they're holding them off. It's realistically Heavy God and Mattis to do something crazy. But with these pistols falling, it's all on the god himself! Mate, he's put himself in the 1v2. Low health to work with, up on top of the stairs. Do not peek him. Fear this Heavy God.
Forced to show respect. Ambitious to try and go for the trade when he's hitting shots like that. But it's about the rounds, and Bait played the time just to make sure they fully lock in yet another. Heavy God should hit a shot and maybe find the AK, but he won't be allowed. Kensizor enough health to survive the explosion and live into the next. It got dicey for a moment thanks to Mr. God, but hey. Disgusting.
It's despicable, isn't it? Hey, mate. Oh, I don't know. When he's hitting those shots, it gets towards the end. You're thinking he's actually going to do it. Like, he actually is just going to tear through them, isn't he? Bloody hell.
That's wild.
Dude, Heavy God feels like a state of mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, damn, that place to live by.
We'll see if he can keep it up. Hopefully those shots inspire the rest of the troops around him somewhat to try to fire back up. It's been a rougher affair than I think a lot would expect here in the first half between, you know, the likes of G2 and Bait. There's a lot of respect on G2's name, but Bait, they are not bending the knee. And even if they're losing these man advantages, like Kensizor going down a few times, as is Alex, but it feels like Bait just have the read on how to play these 4v5s. Alex almost able to answer with a pick onto Apps there. Won't quite connect onto Mattis, but the crosshair looked good. And is just going to try to draw attention back towards this B site. You can see Hunter able to pivot over from short at any point. And Malbs was thinking about gravitating that way too. But NPL, it's that brain making all the right choices all the time. And we'll see if this one is going to be another. Back towards the A site they go.
Yeah, MPL's grey gears have been turning. One wrinkled brain making all the difference. Again here though, it will come down to the firepower, and the brawn has been mighty from the God. Situated towards Sandwich, he lurks out waiting for the peak, but it's good damage done from the T side initially. Space found. Malbs looking to make a play back, but it's nowhere near enough. Double up on CT. No flash, all peak. They go out raw. Spam down onto the first. Ascenfio falls. Alex can't do it on the cross. Mattis with a bullet. That's enough. And G2 do find a way in for at least something more, Mac.
Better late than never as they arrive to the party. You can see Mattis as well had a lot to say towards the end of the round. Getting a little chit-chat out while they have the opportunity. If they can land a fourth, there is still a bit more room to breathe as long as they can win that pistol in the second half. Maybe the T side is where they find more comfort here on Mirage. But Malbs ready for that scrim through the top mid smoke. Will drop his own and hope that someone hasn't walked the whole way forward. But it feels like Com's a little slow there from SunPayus. I don't think he could see. I don't think that smoke break really revealed as much as they would have hoped for. But Ascenfio, another towards the A site. We're down to a man advantage for Bait. And they've got so much control here, but the bomb still needs to be carried across.
Yeah, grab it, start that marathon. Again, it's MPL. Puts the C4 on his back and gets on rotation. CT's grouping back over. Round towards spawn side once again. Pop to try hold them back. Scope honed on the angle as well. Ooh, spray round from stairs. Head trick. Scope attached for max precision. Good for the first, and there's the second. As Bait take that one. Another round in the pocket. Dominant on the half so far.
see how it goes moving into the second half. G2 with a late half resurgence, able to get some kind of confidence back, but again, they just calling up a storm in the first half. Let's see what their protocols are like in the second and what they can do to try and find success sooner rather than later. Mirage certainly looking like their map pick. Let's see if they can lock in.
All right, here we go. Could get a bit more bumpy here. Oh, Kensizor though. It's picture perfect on the first. Snapshot onto the cranium of Malbs, but a retake brewing. Starting to make their move back over towards the shop. Alex with backup of NPL and Headtricked. As they look out towards the site, Hunter's lurking close on E-Box. Should have the angle covered. Alert the rest of the boys. They can pounce on the peak. Hunter, giving him a bit of room. But he's still good for the dinks. NPL and Headtrick coming together for one back. 1v2, time on a bomb ticking away. And the sideline swipe from SunPayus, that'll pay the bills.
Gotta pay them bills. Make sure rent's in on time.
Yeah, no
all the bits
doubt.
and bobs that, you know, life unfortunately calls upon you.
Got to be done, man. End of the month, Mac. Make sure you're aware, you know. Get switched up on all your little bits.
It's coming up shortly, guys. Make sure. Actually got a little bit of extra cash in the back pocket for all the utilities. You don't want the water to go off. All the electricity. You know what's going down if I disappear suddenly.
Got to go throw 20p back in the meter. Get turned back on, bro.
We'll see if that works in Malta. I don't know if the P would be recognised.
Maybe not. Maybe not, yeah. It'd be a bit baffling. Like, who's this? What's this weird shaped coin you're trying to give me?
What's the face on the 20p? Is it the Queen?
Oh, I think it used to be. I don't know if they've changed it. I don't live in England anymore, so I'm not up to date on the UK. But yeah, who knows, bro?
On Safari. There we go.
We're on the move, yeah. We're touring right now. We're technically in like international waters in the green screen, you know. We're in our own plane of existence, Macland.
A funky land where bears have long necks. Look, let's see if G2 are going to be able to poke their necks out and try and gain some of this information. That B site is certainly stacked by bait. And it was looking like the right call until it wasn't. NPL trying to make a move over towards mid, but he's doing it all solo. Alex firing up on short, going to be able to double down and make the numbers thinner than G2 would have liked in a post plant. And that's if the bomb can even make its way to site. But Kensizor cuts him off at the pass. The SMG just tearing through him with 4 seconds. Heavy God is not going to find the final 3. Big round out of bait, just knocking back straight away as G2 will be disallowed to edge towards a comeback.
Yeah, they get nothing. Getting absolutely nothing right now. Bait living a dream, man. Hitting some clean shots, being able to show us realistically what they're made of inside of this series of a G2. That if they wanted a lifeline to come back into it now into the second half, start to set the pace of the game a little bit on their T side, you just don't have that many rounds to get it going. Historically, Bait as well. They struggle a little bit more on CT. But with how much of a buffer you've already established and how hot they're looking, will the stats realistically mean much here? Fast hit towards there. You're out with the pistols. Take a bit of space. A few players around getting their eyes lighting up. It's Kensizor through the smoke against one. Malbs could get his hands on a gun, though.
Okay, Mattis forced right back in the corner and barely surviving on a single digit. But Bait are going to be taking every little opportunity and every bit of map control they can squeeze back out. 3 men making their way back in at CT. Kensizor flashing, which is almost timed perfectly. Malbs giving up a bit more control to focus back towards the connector side of things. Head trick, finding. Malbs look in the wrong direction. And just like that, it's all mopped up. But Mattis on 3 points of health, can't clutch. However, Essential, he's got himself a kit and he's got the chance and time to stack on an 11th. G2, seconds in it.
Boy, oh boy. Play with the PT50 as well up close, looking like maybe he was just going to start to come back online, reactivate there and clothesline them, but SunPayus survived the test of the pistol in close range. And they have not been surviving on Mirage. They've been absolutely thriving, but Bait just bumping through these. 11-4. This could be first map point established off the back of the 16th. Healthy buy to work with. You're coming out all armed to the teeth. Whereas for G2, it's trying to just piece this one back together with a mixed bag, couple Galils, limited utility there, only 3 pieces to play with, thrown out as delay through mid. They bleed out on the A site. Alex goes down to Mattis, but still so much more to be found.
Okay, 2-man advantage. Finally, a position that G2 are going to be able to play from. Malbs caught in the open, but will be ready to fight right back, gun in hand, and head trick. Timing not on his side this round. 5 secure, G2. Trying to keep it all together. It's going to be a difficult nut to crack if they want to do this one in regulation. Flawless will be the angle they're looking for.
Yeah, try to keep it as clean as humanly possible because you really can't realistically afford to lose a round versus this Bait squad right now. Probably going to be a bit of a tall task for them. Headtrick CT side AWPing as well. I feel like that skill level starts to go up so much more. He's able to provide himself as just this huge blockade to give this team more control over sites. Obviously, first sort of rifle round realistically you're going to have to work with. You get all those AKs back out. It's a G2 team that's struggling on Mirage up against Bait. Want to get themselves that big upwards draft of energy, man. Could be a hell of a scalp to take in the first map of this series. A 1-1 game at Season 22. Bit of a split on the setup. You've got a bit of presence towards mid. One player underpass, scoping it out as well on a walkthrough. It's going to be Hunter. Everyone else set up outside of the A site again.
Setup slightly changing. That's what Alex can do. He's going to be out on an island, half health, but he does have eyes towards jungle, so Hunter should fall here surely. Oh, no. Timing gets him in there. And the smoke blooming was perfect. That layering of the utility. Intelligent and will keep G2 in it for a moment. Hunter legged. And with a re-smoke over towards that CT vent, it just nullifies anything that Bait can do. They've got no control. And with the money left in the back pocket, they are just looking to keep these rifles alive into the next. I love that. Hunter able just to create so much space towards window, towards jungle, and it all boiled to the timing. Alex was just tucking in the meanwhile with all that util getting dumped from a main. He didn't want to fight instantly. That was a great round.
Yeah, nice to see, man. Heads up thinking. All the difference off the back of those 2 clean kills into MPL and Alex. And all the difference it makes to get another round. Of course, this is just the flow of things now. Just 1 round in, 1 round out. See if they can keep it going. Give us some belief behind the G2 system again on Mirage. That's what I was saying. Like, there is a little bit more weakness for Bait. Obviously, historically, T-sides where they really do thrive. Oddly, again, it even feels like for this Bait team, man, sometimes if it's just not sort of hitting as well, usually that band-aid fix of having the AWP CT side to give you more presence, sometimes it can go a bit awry. That's why I was saying, like, Headtrick usually is that guy. But if he's not there, it's going to be worrying. This is a round where he could show us some of that stature again as well if he's tested towards A. The big gun on the server alongside that one saved SMG is brought through.
Malbs just trying to find the angle. No one here to find just yet. Kensazor going to control those short rotations and any kind of a window boost that G2 could be bringing in. But no eyes on Con is going to hurt them, and it feels like G2 have kind of figured out that this is something that Bait might have as a weakness. Alex, in the meanwhile, making a lot of noise, rotating towards CT, so there's eyes on that position as Headtrick misses his moment. Essential falling, and the A-site numbers dwindling. Kensazor unable to find anything, and just out of nowhere, it feels like we're getting a whole different style out of G2. The last half, keep it in the last half. I'm enjoying what we're getting from G2 because they could get the last laugh.
Oh, yeah, they're certainly going to be smiling from ear to ear if this one carries on in this manner. Obviously, the scary factor is all it takes is one mistake, one blown round. And then this could still be map point at least for bait. Oh, hello.
A little giggle. Having a bit of fun.
It's good to see, man. But you're right, it feels like instantly, you know, they're just shooting harder, you're being able to actually take space. It's more uncomfortable from bait. It's not them being the ones just sort of steamrolling in, setting a precedent of every round. This is what G2 needed. Round 19, we're live again. See if the good times keep rolling. Malbs with short control off the bat.
Oh, Malbs almost losing that blind engagement. Him and NPL will handshake and fall away from one another. But again, it looks like G2 are going to try to focus on putting this con pressure there. At least for a little while. Hunter going to rotate back and look to stack the B-site apps. Boost up onto the balcony. Not heard, but will it be cleared? Plenty of mollies to do so for G2. And the B-site approach might be coming shortly. They were close enough to hear that jump peak. And there's that molly to the right position. SunPayus ready, and he'll strike true. Kensizor 2. Oh, won't see a damn thing. The flashes, rather. The flashes from Hunter. The flunters. Too good.
Oh, mate. That's good. That's a fun new word you've invented there, Mac.
Accidental.
Yeah, it was a good fraudulent slip. I like that one. You got to be careful of those, bro. They start throwing them at you. I wouldn't know how to handle it. You know, I'd be like, what's going on? I'm blind.
Fortunately, this one was safe for work, so we'll take it.
Yeah, mad scenes, mad scenes. But hey, either way, man. 8th round in the bag. Suddenly, the idea of G2 actually being able to correct that bumpy course, these waters where bait have really just been sailing through the first half, they're looking a whole lot more realistic, like there is a viable opportunity for it. They've kind of been in the driving seat, right? Like since we got into the T half, you've had those 2 rounds, obviously, where there was a bit of fight back. There's that one retake that went down to like the 1v1 nearly, where if you got the play off the P250, maybe it could have been a different outcome. Since then, all G2.
How long can this streak go? Like, where are the bodyguards? Why have they not taken the guy off the field yet, you know? Everyone wondering.
Yeah, everyone.
How's he scored the goal, mate? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. That's the thing about footballs. They're round, aren't they? They just go anywhere.
Yeah. Unpredictable.
Yeah.
Some people able to bend them. It's weird.
Yeah, header those footballs, dribble those footballs. You can do it all, bro. I think if you're talented at, you know, that kind of stuff. SunPayus certainly is. Oh, the Sun Pappy. Nearly. It was nearly the sick 2-piece. Issue is they're quite good at a bit of bowling. Nade back over. Malbs with the entry onto MPL. It's heating up a bit, Mac.
Good arm on that one. But you can see that SunPayus at least got huge info in the meanwhile, just getting the numbers over towards mid. Mattis able to fight for the package. Fast flank had been heard and recognized. Kensizor unable to activate. And they know exactly where Headtrick is lurking. At least they do now. Malbs, AK not working as much as he would have liked. Hunter all the way to short will go for the late flank. Headtrick, you can see he's aware of the potential danger. And Heavy God even just got to keep eyes on the vent side. But it's the round that G2 are after. Every kill matters. Every life extra valuable. And you can see how much bank that they've worked up in the meanwhile. As that sounded like a gentlemate's win.
There was a bit of energy in the room.
Yeah. Cranking that stream open, having a quick look.
Yeah, do you get the secondary eye adjustment on the go? Rotate that eye line, Mac. Keep everyone looped in. That's what Bait have been trying to do for some time. Just can't get CC back into the email chain of Mirage. And that weak link, 9 times out of 10, it's been Malbs finding some nice play here towards short side. Making the move once again, man. Headtrick in the back line. Could try peek out and the smoke dissipates, but getting the info will come too little, too late. They're already in. The welcome mat is down. G2 have got muddy boots and they're running all over it. Ascenfield trying to clutch onto it. Grabs the AK, can assist his teammates. They're finding all their answers. They're just not winning their duels, Mac. It's down to SunPayus with the AK. Hits one, throws it over to Hunter to pick up the mic. Minute on the clock, lurking out the window. They just need to hold. They don't have to swing on him. He's got to run towards them, and Headtrick gets it. Finally, the round they wanted.
Absolute chaos. I'd say it was organised, but I don't think it was that. I think it was just great chemistry between the teams to rotate in. Essential living in that smoke for just long enough, getting the AK, making sure that that package wasn't planted. And Headtrick as well, able to get himself a nice little two-piece. All right.
Oh, mate, it's so much more aggro from his POV.
What's going on there? Was that a smoke?
That was a decoy, was it? Yeah, it looked like a decoy.
Yeah, decoy, okay.
Make you think someone's inside, maybe? Trip you out a bit?
Yeah. Keep him guessing. Was it? It might have been Headtrick's one as well. So Orp going across to short where he's gone towards Ticket. So we'll see if G2's game plan is avoid Headtrick. And at the moment, it doesn't look like that game plan is going to plan. Kensazor gets the info they're looking for. Headtrick missed opportunity. NPL not quite spotted. Gets a nice little angle from Jungle. And Heavy God, if he goes down, it's going to be that one-pronged approach. G2 getting thinned down in the meanwhile, and it's just going to be Heavy God and SunPayus to try to make this one work. Tech9 pulled out secondary good. And all three remaining Bait members, they are down in the dumps. They are like fish in a barrel over towards that A site. SunPayus an opportunity with the package still down towards mid and retrievable. Could potentially work this into a 1v3, but he's got to clutch it to keep G2 here in Mirage. They found their groove, but Bait managed to hit back for just enough.
That's the thing. As good as that flow of rounds was, it was the age-old adage, man. One mistake, and it's all unwritten. That's why Bait's T-half was such an impressive campaign. We'll stick with SunPayus here, at least. 1 versus 3, walking up. Ascenfield about to take the info play out. Bomb's already in his hands. Crosshair covered on the angle. He's found, tagged and bagged. Bait are able to get it over the finish line on Mirage and convert that one into the win they wanted versus G2. The Bait squad, Mac, out swinging.
He'll take it for sure. You know, it was a very solid start. I think they definitely won that in there and was sort of trying to play around the firepower that was already existed, but with the shift in everything, he's still supposed to be one of the heavy hitters. So everyone on this roster could fire up at any given point. It's just a matter of hitting the ceiling now before it's too late.
Yeah, try bounce back, try do something. It's got to be here. No safety net for G2. That's a luxury afforded to Bait off the back of the Mirage win. So let's see if this pistol round will be an oasis for them. Anti-flash setup, good for the peak. 1-for-1 trades as Heavy Guard hits a shot, but it's all NPL on long until he finally goes down, leaving it on a Ascenfield 1v2 close towards the site behind the smoke. Julie's in hand.
2 guns against 2 guns, though. So that's a fair fight if you ask me. Let's see what Ascenfield can do. Bomb getting planted. Isolated fight, and with the dink. Oh, my Lord, he's just been able to swing around for the second. There is no way that he's won that.
Oh, mate, the hand up, the nod on the defuse. Ascenfield, he's balling. He's absolutely balling.
I can't believe it. I can't believe what I've just watched. just spamming away and continues it. It's like a spray transfer of the Julies you didn't expect to see. Boom, bloody boom. SunPayus trying to do the right thing and go straight for the trade. They look to fight together. They look to send the message, but it just gets returned to sender. Oh, Lord. That is wild. And Bait kicking us off with a bang.
You thought the Dink had won it, bro. The second he got that snapshot off, right, you saw the aim punch, the recoil into his face. And then SMField just does it. Wow, if there was a round to get him activated early, that would certainly be it. A feels great pistol round. They're all going to be G'd up, ready for some Dust2 now. Whereas G2, you're going to try and play together off the back of it. Smoke down for double doors early. Investment back into it. Some range to play with. Nades there as well. Up short side. Already Bait lighting their eyes up towards short here.
I'm struggling to move on from it. That was nasty.
Oh, yeah.
But you got to do what you got to do. And G2, they are going to be going straight through that smoke, which has cost them 150 points combined. That is crazy. Head trick going to be flashing for himself. And again, just looking to fend off any of these T's towards the A side. He's locked in. He's got reinforcements right behind him. And Mattis can't do too much. But can Heavy God finish the job? Not this time. Bait going to be going through with 3 into the third. What a little hold.
Yeah, G2 thinking they'd found a pathway in towards the A site, but it was met with misery. As Bait locked that one in, so first 2 rounds are good. Ooh, SunPayus on the boost play with a scout.
Ooh.
Couple tags here, man. Make him a little bit weaker. Remove some of that sustainability. The Deagles could be pivotal. Kenz's doesn't give a damn, though. Takes the jewel in through lower. Good 1-for-1. Trying to grab back onto the weapon. Malbs will push up.
Hey, G. Getting dodged there by NPL. And the mid control will be grasped by G2. But where do they put their pieces? Let's have a look. Let's see what is going to be leading the charge. Malb's looking to do the dirty work with that Galil. And with the CT smoke there, you can see that Bait feeling comfortable to play retake on A. They've got that full long control, so even if the bomb goes down here, with long and with a retake towards short, G2 could still get suffocated in the post plant.
Yeah, if there's anything we've seen from this Bait team, do not count them out. MPL reading the round on a pushback towards short. Good crosshair adjustment. Prime for the first. The backup's in position for the rest, and it's all on SunPayus with a scout. We've said that before. And unfortunately for him, it'll be the same outcome. They don't give him any space for the 1v1 fights. So a third round from the retake. And Bait keep it clean so far here in map 2.
Not bad at all. Ooh. There's some crispy shots coming through there. And you could sense SunPayus cooking something, but just not given the opportunity. Tapped away at range. And Bait with 3 to kick off Dust2. Certainly going to give them a good amount of confidence. Malbs, corner smoke, a little bit of util, probably going to be dumped by Heavy God as well, just to draw attention that direction. But it's Bait going straight through lowers. Mattis going to be traded with a second man here. Headtrick going to be trying to leave the vicinity, but do they expect the crunch? It doesn't seem so. Essential, more pressure, and any plans that G2 brought into this round, they can be thrown out the window.
They weren't ready for the push on the extremities. And you can see the posture turtling up a little bit, seeing if there's any room to try and flow this one back towards the A site off of a pick. Alex keeps himself tucked in, close range, just on a box. He can bob up, get the read, sees both heads. Wants to buy time now. All about running interference for the delay tactics. They should spot Hunter on a drop as well. They've got CT covered, so Headtrick wins the duel. Suddenly, again, it's all on SunPayus. Looking to piece together an uncomfortable clutch. I mean, they're low, sure, but they're not going to give you space. He gets out on a bomb site. Alex stays alive, tucked in long enough that they can arrive from short. And the Bait rapid response unit get themselves another one. I like DJ Khaled, Mac.
Another one.
Another one.
Exactly. Remember that video of him when he's on the jet ski? He just got lost out at sea at night. And he's like, we will find our way back. Woo! Just wooing in the distance.
What a legend.
Yeah, shout out DJ Khaled one time.
Cultural icon. It looks like Saw wants G2 to change their tune because things are not going right. SunPayus, unfortunate situations he's finding himself in time after time, and the trade game just ain't there. You can see theoretically the way that G2 are approaching the sites are, you know, structurally sound, but it feels like maybe there's just a key piece of utility missing in some of the scenarios. 3-2 split for bait. And with long control head trick, just going to be sending it back towards mid to strengthen the B site in case there's some G2 members lurking in the tunnels. But it looks with the positions they're in, it's probably going to be short that they're after again.
Ironically, they keep going up short, but they keep coming up short in the round. Just let that one ruminate. What do you think of that, Mac?
I loved it. I'd give it a 7 out of 8, you know?
Yeah, dude.
Didn't I?
I could see your reaction. So it makes sense. It makes sense. Let's see if this round's going to be worth rating highly on the scorecards, though, as they're going for the play. Nade's out, create a bit of space. Bait respecting it. They're going to create a bit of a deviation, play back for the retake.
And I don't think G2 are really ever going to expect the 3-man setup over towards long. So we'll see what they can do with that smoke on short if they can hold on to the small amount of space that they are playing with. No one dropping a CT, no one really hunting for info. But they will be forced to try and make this one happen. Flash across car. This is the opportunity for them to make their way back in from long. SunPayus able to go for the little old trade. And Kensador as well. Him and Essential coming in from that short side. Okay. Shots now relying on the Heavy God, who's usually able to do it with the dig, but the time has taken too much. I think it's too late, Jackie.
Yeah, surely, right? There's no way. Yeah, milliseconds off. God, it looked uncomfortable from the height. They had a little bit more time than I thought, but no, not meant to be.
Just frantic.
Wow.
But it's around. And SunPayus letting that passion out, letting it escape him from deep down.
That was
See if G2 can rebuild a bit of momentum themselves here.
Yeah, bro. Try and roll with that. Ooh, I mean, Hunter challenged. It's a faster tempo play. Bait just takes space all the way up top mid already. So 1-for-1 trade with a bit of a read on the round as well. You have more information about what exactly they're up to now with this setup towards long.
See if SunPayus can manage to slide one of these shots across. This molly getting disrespected as the smoke should fade shortly. Alex's little head. Ooh, not going to be seen, and it is worth a double. SunPayus coverage from above, unable to find any kind of answer. And now with car control, Alex is happy to hold here. Malb's on the lurk straight down the mid. Just get hit by the flying Dutchman, the flying run by.
Yeah, that was
SunPayus, there is just nothing you can really do with 30 seconds here, Jackie. A bomb down right out in the open, long control for bait. You were just looking to the future.
Yeah. Just waiting to close this one down for SunPayus. I mean, you could see him like physically shaking his head. He was upset with the play towards long, and they both went down. We cut to his POV. And then the move out on mid-side. Oh, dude, just got hit with the blue plate special. Like straight Shazbot on the peak across. Caught him off guard with the MP9. Malb's probably fuming after that one. Another round back in. They'll let him have one. But no more to be found from that. SunPayus does keep the AWP alive at least. But this has been pretty clean from Bait, dude. Coming out swinging, all off the back as well. Like the momentum they found just from that pistol round at Fuel. The difference of him getting that snapshot off with the Julies leading us to where we are now. It's been fun to watch.
You can really feel the pressure that G2 are feeling in all these moments. Oh. And SunPayus feeling the burn from the incense. But it's only one towards long here for Bait. Going for more of an even spread across the table. And this B site feeling mostly untouched. So we'll see if G2 end up getting interested in this instead. Looking like Bait are trying to make a bit of a hard read, putting Kensazor up on the CT boxes. G2 going loud towards short, just to try and draw attention this direction.
Yeah, those hits towards the A site through short, what we were seeing commonly over the flowless T side. So trying to play off that conditioning and then subvert expectations potentially, but you find no stock at middle. Trying to barrel out back through short again with the smokes down. It's MPL here. 5 versus 4 for them then. 40 seconds on the clock. They start to get close towards the bomb site. Malbs with the dig. That's a nice adjustment. More to find. Oh, flicks back around. Head on a swivel. It's Malbs, the surgeon, making incisions back into the game for G2. They get themselves the site and most likely the round.
Okay. Save will be in full effect. And G2 firing up again. But if history keeps on repeating itself, let's see if they can double down and solidify some form of success with a few rounds back to back. Because look, having just a few drinks, few and far between here on the T side of Dust2, it's just not going to be enough. And look, we ask a lot of them as commentators. The audience does as well, but just imagine what they're trying to ask of themselves. They look at the scoreline, they feel the pressure. Ooh, speaking of pressure, everyone's getting a little bit animated in the player cams.
It was the dodge from SunPayus, like the visceral reaction when he seen it. He's like, oh, yeah, bro.
That's nasty.
I mean, it's fair. That was kind of our reaction, right? Like, damn, he's doing it.
Look, we said he'd had a bit of a slower series. So good to see him showing up just before it gets to the point of being too late. But is there more where that came from? Usually. The lobotomist, the lobotomizer, whatever the people are calling him, take your pick. Let's see if you can take a few more names. It's Mattis this time to do the entry work. And Bait's economy isn't gonna allow them to do too much more if they go aggressive this round.
Ooh. I mean, nice opener. MPL gets that one swiftly onto Malbs. The doctor is no longer open for the day. Taking no more visits. You'll have to fend for yourselves out there on the mean streets of Dust2. And there could be some broken bones for G2 soon. They're crossing this smoke. Skulking past. Mattis leads the charge. Head trick on the site. The second they peek, they better be swift. But they've left it long enough that this has sold the idea of a later rotate. Cutting noise and just stalling's all they had to do. They wrap off entirely, bolster the defense towards B. The penny drops, but the mollies deny any sort of path back in. Bomb's been passed towards the site, Mac. They're on for a round now.
Or are they? Let's find out together. Smoke on short going down at the good time. but a bit of a progression utility has actually missed the mark. Doesn't quite allow them straight out of short. Boost up over the CT smoke, but as that fades, they fall back. Thought it was the prog smoke, but it is going to be the older acquisition. And yeah, G2, they are just not looking to fight this. They're looking to play off the contact. Hunter popping his head up just at the right moment. Oh, the spray leaves something to be desired. Heavy God not going to be able to make it happen in SunPayus. 1v1, but that time, again, wearing too thin for Bait to complete the retake. And SunPayus, in the end, oh, he'll go down. Somehow, not far enough away from the explosion. So the AWP will drop. And the damage will be done for that G2 economy. Bait get close, but not close enough.
Yeah, the Icarus story. Flying too close to the sun on that one. Man, it just baited off as well. Just that delay tactic. The second they just called for the freeze, it pays off. Overstep towards B. Took too long to get back in the dying moments. And SunPayus here catching them on the cross. It's a bullet hole and a frag with potentially a second pickup on the cross back from Kensizor. He'll just wait to see if he'll overextend again. But for G2, this could be a whole lot better of a half now. Convert this one, bring us back to a 5-4. Suddenly we're talking.
Head trick. Rocking a hard place for him as we won't expect that second man already up on Xbox. Baited by the footsteps. And Hunter doing some good entry work to get past that M4. Only an MP9 and Scout remaining. And Kensizor already quite low. Upper aggression. They know it's probably the A site now. And SunPayus holding the flank. How's the timing? Oh, no good for him. Essential might be able to cook here on the fast flank if SunPayus isn't quite ready for the Xbox jump up. But you look at the money. The next if they fall here. So it might just be exits the call. Looking for some kind of cheeky upgrade. That's why Essential's hanging around in the tunnels.
Yeah, trying to get a lay of the land, see if there's anything, and at least carry these weapons through to the next one. So G2, at least found a bit of stock. I mean, obviously at one point this was really looking like the sort of Bait rollover show. They were just winning all these rounds very cleanly. Scary scenes from the pistol as well. So yeah, worrying stuff, but at least here it's gone back into a bit of a back and forth flow, some tight rounds. Near misses from Bait on a few of the clutch attempts, but G2 take the rounds that they direly need in the series overall. Timeout going to be used as well. Opportunity for Madden to get back on the mic. And this might actually be a chance, Mac, where you see that sort of vibe check from Bait. Usually if it does start to slow down, you'll see Madden be a bit more reserved of when he feel the need to sort of chime in and get involved with this roster. There was even times where sort of like if the game's really over, like Madden will just let it go. We'll just be like, you know what, it's not worth it. Like we'll move on to the next. So when he does come on the mic, that means there's importance for it. He's going to try and reset things here, get MPL to get the boys flowing again as well. And one round, weirdly, it's all it takes for this team. Even when they do look a bit discouraged and feel like, oh, we finally lost that momentum. They win one, they all are back on. So it can turn on a dime. We'll keep locked with it. See if they can make that happen.
Inches in a couple of these situations too. We'll see if we have a few more of those and exactly what Bait can do, because generally they're a bit more intelligent when it comes to how they place their pieces, especially with these 5.7s. They have been finding a lot more success today so far, but G2, it feels like the tacticals and the ship steadying from the captain. Along with Saw there too. Oh, he's looking damn good. SunPayus threading the needle. All the way to the A side, expecting the second man swing. An NPL taken out. Looking like this eco may not be as fascinating as I once thought. Let's see. Could be that full stack. And attention drawn over towards short. If Kensazor goes down, Centaur can strike, and he's going to be able to fight for 2. Bomb goes down. Kensazor repositioning, going for the long approach instead of short. We'll see if G2 can lock in and expect this just in time. Moving, Kensazor won't be sharp enough to go toe-to-toe with Mattis there. And the half has certainly hit the stage of being salvaged for G2. T-side now up to 5.
Yeah, with how this game was starting to go, man. It didn't feel like a 5-5 is where we'd end up going into the 11th, but with a nice resurgence from G2, they're making it work and starting to piece a few of these rounds together. Walking back this time towards the B side, Kensazor. It's usually good for these kinds of holds where you require multi-frags from him. Bit of a bait play towards the smoke though. Extra utility thrown over, seeing if they can force this over rotation early from the CTs. Toy with them a little bit. They don't commit to it. It's the walk back towards short again. Similar plays we've seen time and time over, but MPL looks like he's got a read.
Putting himself in the right position to reinforce the A site if this is where they end up going. Incent there to provide some cover to keep on searching. And he's looking for anything, almost finds it. He will onto Malbs, but Heavy God's right above him. To go for the quick trade. Smoke towards CT. On that weakened B site, defense is not going to be where the package is going. And Bait still in prime position to make this round theirs. Oh. Alex with the tree flash. Off the back of head trick. Taking this contact. May end up working out, and they're going to be going this direction as well. CT smoke to drop into that one and go for the two-pronged approach. It depends on where the flashes pop. And head trick will be blinded. Layering of the util's good, but it's back to B. They go through the CT smoke. They've caught everyone off guard as Kensazor now needs to lock this one in.
Kensazor parried, annoyed about the upper push, but it's the push from the doors. He's able to adjust his eye line too and find the head of a god. Double up as well. They give him the freedom to roam back into it with no time for the plant, starving it out so late. That's how the round's lost. The one opportunity to plant the bomb. Oh, bro.
That's a painful one. Squeezing out every second in that one. Oh. And Kensazor making the right move. The cover, it looked like it was there, but SunPayus just missed opportunity again. There's been a few of those already. He's won some rounds for them, but also been unable to close and hit a couple of the ones that matter. This time though, Hunter looking to be the point man. Straight out long. Getting a lot of map control just with the flashes. Ooh, almost catching the boys off guard there. And the Furious Smoke going to be disrespected. Holding the fort for the boys to come through if there is any CT aggression, but they're going to passive it up. Until the flash comes through. Alex, no little two-piece this time. And the man disadvantage is going to be hard to play back from. They've got that short control, but it's the last round of the half. And G2 are thinking about just pumping those brakes. Look at this. Back through long doors.
And Senfuel's here. He's already pushed up mid-side. It's happened a couple of times, so they're wary of it. But do they expect the second snake in the grass, the venom from Kensazor? And these trades being answered. It's better for G2. Only MPL and head trick that are left then into the 12th off the back of the mid-control play.
Throws the defense fully into disarray. And the pack play from G2. A solid decision. Able to go for the, 4v1 again. Another 4v1. And now they're about to find another 4v1. Head trick with that gun. Unable to double down too much. And they're squeezing every second out of the round again. But will have space to get this package planted.
Yeah, Malb's punches in the digits, and for MPL, no saving here. It's got to be gone for. Walks back out, head on his shoulders. Let's see if he can find a way to clutch this. Rough read towards the back line there, suspecting a player inside a goose. It's SunPayus watching long, so 2 players on the site he needs to contend with. They now know of his angle. Spray back's good, tries to hit him with a kukli on the jump, but SunPayus checks that one. And 6-6, G2 bring it back for a close half.
Never meant to stay. It was you that put me in. Promised me that we'd be okay. All of your lies I was believing. You were there most of the time, but that was never good enough for me. Had me going out of my mind, had me going round like crazy.
Down to the wire scenes then so far on Dust2. We have the bait show to start it off, some pop-off rounds, but with G2 starting to get the engine ticking over, this series might still have more to be said. 6-6, we get into the second half pistol. Let's find out what they got bustling for us here, Mac.
A little bit of action straight out of the gates, and Malbs is just going to be looking to take as many names as possible. 2 already found, but NPL pound for pound going to be shooting right back. Okay. Block in hand, has a few more bullets to play with there, and with that smoke, SunPayus is barely able to escape. Oh, stray bullets going everywhere and connecting almost all of them. He will have friends attending the party, though. And plenty of util for bait to still try and play with, but this time and this flank are going to be the problems they'll have to deal with. NPL will put the crosshair in the right position, but it's just a second too late. Alex, tucked into the pit, has a lot of members around him, but G2 don't really need to be the ones to make a move here. That bomb down, and with the Julies, Heavy God happy to keep on taking this fight. Does it all himself in the end. And G2 take the lead. But can they lock it in for another?
But the first round can always be the hardest at times. It's good to see the pistol at least in the books for them. A little bit of an easier running to get into the groove of that CT side flow. energy started to get there for him as well, man. They were giving it a couple of times throughout the comeback in that half, which I think has really dialed him in. Obviously, it was still a bit messy. Time was an issue for G2. But thankfully, running down the clock on the CT side is only going to benefit them. Want to get through this eco quickly, though. Bit of bashing out towards mid-side. Hunter looking for the mop-up action. He's got the water, he's got the bucket, and Mattis gets the kills.
Quick one's a good one, they say. And Mattis, yeah, happy to take the little stat pad, but also it's good for the confidence, which is something that G2 seem to be struggling with in a couple of these rounds. It feels like, you know, some of the individuals not quite performing as you would expect them to. How are they going to go up against the first gun round of bait here? AKs across the board. Plenty of util. And the long control, that long smoke that was dumped there from bait, just completely disrespected. SunPayus happy to peek through, get the info, and shift those numbers back to strengthen up the short hold. Head trick, CT smoke lined up, and it could be a mid-B that we have on the cards.
Well, smoke set out for it. Stereo smokes block off either side of mid, give them a tunnel to run through to try and create angles to fight from. It's good for Kensizor. Oh, reads the lineup like a book, spam back through, headshot onto Hunter. Mattis, like ships in the night, they bypass him. Could be more pressure applied towards B, but he finds the cranium of NPL. And a deadly angle at the back of sight for Heavy God. Pays off with a headshot on head trick. They're still trying to scrap through this one. But it all falls into a Senfield looking uncomfortable and outnumbered. No time on it. Just got to slump back in his seat, let this one go. It'll be a 9th for G2. Hey!
A 20-second save. Look, we were talking about footballs and where they go and how hard they are to control. This is the perfect example.
You see how hard he kicked that?
Yeah.
That was mad.
With the boot, mate.
Yeah, dude. It went absolutely flying. Senfield's got those like size 13 shoes on right now.
Yeah, they'll pack a punch. And G2, happy just to take the round. One at a time. Bit of action from the other LAN booths there as well, as you can hear. It's all going on. 2 games at a time. B stream, A stream, and a lot of fun here. Over on the A stream, the first team to qualify will be crowned as the Stage 2 takers very shortly. But here, no qualification or elimination. It's that 1-1 match. HE placed pretty damn good. Chip damage onto Kensizor. And G2 just trying to figure out where they need to be to deal with what could be coming their way. You'd expect the Tech 9s, and you might not expect a little cheeky shot like that. Connection onto Alex by SunPayus. And that flash won't reveal any extra information. That one certainly will. These HEs just chipping away at the bait members.
Putting them through the meat grinder, man, and just stalling them out for as long as possible. Hunter, depending on the timing, could be in such a good angle for this as well. Gets in towards the back. Unfortunately, it's a bit of bloodlust from the Senfields. He takes down Kensizor in a commotion. Quick dink. Good response time on that. Back over towards SunPayus. NPL trapped in CT. And that box will be reused as his coffin. Not coming back from that. Essential tries to rise up on the box to take the peak, but overwhelmed even with so many low HP players there for G2. Couldn't get those shots off quick enough. It'll be another defuse on the response and a 10th round locked in. This was the bait show at one point on Dust2.
G2 giving the expected performance finally. Hitting the ones you would want them to. 3 rounds, all that's left to send us to the third and final map, which could be a banger between these two. Ancient. I'd love to get there. We'll see if Bait let us.
SunPayus looking to get this playoff towards mid early. Doesn't matter that he pays a bit of a blood sacrifice for it. He gets the pick, and that's what he wanted. Job done early in the round. He can back off, play stationary, give him more room in a trade game. So it's another uncomfortable start in the opening pick department for Bait.
What do we got here? CT smoke? Coming in. And the A split about to ensue if it is allowed. Malb's falling on the pit side, and that makes things a little more awkward for the CTs until Mattis turns up and at range gets a third. Commits to the spray, but that A site hold dominant.
Oh yeah, bro. When it rains, it pours with Mattis. Sprinkler setting on that Kalashnikov. Absolutely ruins them. Look at him go. Dude, Malbs has kind of been the pop-off lung factor for him right now. Like, he's the one keeping him going every round. There's something from Malbs. Give a bit of energy back.
Everything feeling a bit more tense now on the Bait side of things. NPL doing a great job at calling their way through Mirage, but Dust2 now starting to get a lot more difficult, especially with the pressure of a 5-round gap, which could be dragged out even further. The Khalils and AKs and that round loss bonus mean there's going to be these to deal with time after time, and Malbs, just that one hit is enough to reveal his position, to alert Bait of his presence. And in the meanwhile, Mattis has gone on an explorative journey through the tunnels, not quite full clearing, out towards the backyard. But Alex revealing his position and almost picking up yet another kill onto the G2 roster. Where to from here, Jackie?
Yeah, I guess tuck tail, turn and run. See if they can make a path back towards a later play on this one, potentially out towards B. Still a few key bits of utility left to work with. Double molly, double flash. Could at least create some space to get in towards the site here. It's Mattis that's close as well, watching the B run out if you're going through upper side, and NPL obviously trying to still sell the idea that we have presence, we have numbers towards the A site, so they don't just go packing over towards B and back up the site. Mattis will get the read on it now, has the smoke primed. Can he stay alive for the contact though, and then back off? They give him that chance. He'll tuck in, sprays good for one, snaps onto their head. SunPayus with a near miss. Could have been an instant 2K. Instead, Head Trick gets onto the site. Molly burns the path. They can't get back in just yet. The B retake's starting to get harder, but Hunter on the adjustment cuts away NPL, and Kensizor swings. They're trying to take these fights. Don't want to give you a way in. They'll physically remove it. Evict G2 and finally claim another round.
The one that was needed. Finally coming through just in the nick of time. The rifle's just giving a lot of bang for the buck. Still a good buffer for G2 to play with, and they also worked up a good amount of money. They'll have this one and then maybe a next. They can maybe save a weapon or two if needed. We're not there yet. SunPayus. He spotted a little something. Will hit Head Trick just through the double stack. HE somehow not polishing him off. But there is big damage already done to the Bait members.
Yeah, way more green around the gills than the 19th. Makes it far harder as well. If they start to lose numbers, being able to win those duels in 1vx's with how much chip damage you've done, just taking away more and more percentage chance for Bait. Ooh, the nade as well. How low they are. That one's going to light up your eyes. Head trick blown away. Further chip damage as well. I mean, Kensazor with a physical sliver of health. They're trying to stay alive, Matt. They want to go back in towards the A site. Got to hit their shots. Cannot miss a bullet.
Flashes looking ineffective here for the most part. But Kensazor, in the meanwhile, is going to be able to sneak his way into CT. And with that position, do Bait just go back? There's 30 seconds. Looking a little lost as where to go. Kensazor going to be caught in the meanwhile, creeping in from that CT area. And as the smokes fade, it makes it harder for Bait to make it up cap, but they're going to be going for it regardless. And that might just be that with Malbs here tucked at Goose, not cleared, not checked. And with 10 seconds, the trade needs to come through as well as the plant, but Essential only with the Galil. At range, there's no way that he wins these fights. And G2 staying respectful, or at least trying to let that clock hit 0 before going for the pick. Essential fighting for everything though, as Heavy God takes him on the secondary ult.
Mate, full caged animal maneuver from Essential at the end there, right? Like, he's backed against the corner, he becomes his most ferocious, just starts ripping him to pieces, but not enough, not enough. It's the chip damage though, dude. The difference in a basics game has been played from G2 on CT side, right? Like, every round it feels like we're looking at realistically sort of 80 to 100 damage for free off the back of the default nades.
So frequently, you're right. This HE's getting crazy value for their money. Out of G2. Ooh, and I like this move. Okay. Jumping back up, head tricks, gone back to Sui again. In a safer approach, but from this position, can't quite spot SunPayus again. Poised towards lower. And Bait will send him back to where he belongs on the other side of the doors. Smoke cracked. Head trick. Looking through it too, but neither finding one another. And still 5 alive for both sides.
I mean, you've got a lot of time to work with. Just over a minute left on that timer. Utility there, but again, obviously the chip damage is going to be a talking point later on if it comes down to Kensazor of Senfuel needing to make some of these clutch plays that they've been providing. Ooh, scary scenes with Hunter playing so bravely as well, close towards the smoke. He wants to go off the back of the timing for the util. See if he can catch them sleeping. They're blind, dazed, confused, and the big game Hunter is putting them above the mantelpiece. All they need is 2 more picks, and this one is done. It'll be G2 fighting onto a third map. As soon as the Senfield falls, it's set in stone.
That'll be that. A solid performance. They managed to find their feet eventually and look to solidify a potential little comeback. The reverse sweep now on the cards, and Ancient going to be needed to find who actually wins this series. Yeah, we're Gucci. Let's get it. All right, Ancient time, guys. All right, Jackie, you want to do the second attempt at the end of the game?
All right, yeah, dude, let's try. Let's see if it works this time. We'll run it back, all right? Bait now in a position to shut down G2, dethrone them on their run in Season 22. It's a talented young squad. They've shown us a lot. But can they do it here in the third map? Will it be just that? Ancient history. Come the end of this. G2 starting off on the T side then. Utility thrown out, Mac. They're already getting close towards potentially a faster play on the B bomb side. G2 poised to pounce through cave.
Through their own smoke as well. Ambition going crazy. Let's see if the flash is going to enable it. Heavy God with that on the belt, just looking to make sure he's there, controlling the ramp push. And Bait, they are very switched on to what is coming their direction. It's a flash in for themselves. Oh, the duel, he's going to be able to get the quick trade. Estenthiel won't get more than the single, though, as SunPayus reveals his hand. Still another member there who has been spotted, and that'll trigger the rotation somewhat. But Kensazor going the wrong direction. Someone has sent him the wrong GPS coordinates. Head trick solo on the site. is given multiple opportunities to at least fight for long enough. Kensizor coming in to cut him off at the pass, and it's Heavy God against the world. 1v2. Smoke push about to go and ensue, but Kensizor catches him. And there you have it. Bait will rotate just in the nick of time. Oh, and send a message as well.
Yeah. MPL. You know, normally pretty reserved with this stuff, but if he's starting to get fired up, dude, that's even better for the momentum. You know what was crazy though, Matt? When they came out through cave side control, it felt like it should have been pretty free. The downtime in that fight before they could respond, it was crazy. The fact he got away with a pick and delayed for like a few seconds just on the back on his own there. I don't know how they didn't find it faster, but hey, Bait taking the pistol, they get that one on the board.
All right, damage dodged over towards lane here. And Bait looking to stay proactive. NPL in red room in a good position to make his way to B if necessary. Malbs, though, going to be the first point of contact, even though there's noise being made over towards that B site. That nade doesn't chunk away as much as the CTs would have liked, but it does trigger the rotation into a double donut setup. And G2 still here, ready to hit that B site. Hunter spotted at Heaven. And within an inch of his life, doesn't want to drop this util without getting an opportunity to place it. Long smoke, not blocked. And a flash back into cave isn't working as expected for Bait. Man down, and a chance now in the round for G2.
New big moves from Alex here. Asking a lot from him on the front of the site. He's able to focus on ramp though from the plate from his teammate, but SunPayus crouching in, looking for two. The Tech-9 causing trouble, and suddenly it's down to Malbs. Deagle in hand, but look at the timer. That's the worst presence on the server. 16 seconds looming over his head, and NPL's on target. They grab it. Oh, NPL! He's getting spicy, Mac!
Oh, okay. Okay. He's sending it.
Dude, I didn't expect, like, the, you know, kind of the anti-hero NPL arc. This is sick.
Definitely, you know, has that demeanor where he can rock it. I like it. It suits him well. Good threads on him. Well, let's see where we end up with all this. G2 will be on the force again, knowing they did good damage to the CT economy. So if they win this one, it could be a dramatic swing. There won't be any of that happening over towards the B site just yet. Second wave of util. Going to be respected somewhat. Cave control looking to be taken by Ascenthiel. But no one here on site to stop the plant from happening. Bullets going to be sprayed all through all those smokes. And short and long control with the retake going to be played for Ascenthiel. Oh, into the secondary. Ain't going to be any match for that Deagle. Now we got ourselves a little upgrade. NPL going to be able to catch Hunter on the rotation out. And it's up to Heavy God with the Deagle again, but the play won't be made this time. 3 on the board for Bait with a successful retake, 4 alive.
Even with the post-mortem frags from MPL, he's shooting bodies. He's trying to tilt them so hard right now.
Dirty tactics.
Oh, dude, once this series gets going, bro, third map with how this is being played, you give rifles to G2, some of the scenes we're seeing. Yeah, this could actually turn into a pretty hectic game, mate.
Some form of grudge match.
Seems that way.
Look, we'll take it. And Saw, before things get too out of hand this time, will take an early tack. Moving into another buy from G2, who have warranted themselves that with the maxed out round loss bonus, as well as a nasty little bomb plant. So they have most things they need, including Malbs with an AK in hand. If he can do just Malbs things, which he's known to do on Ancient, any round could be found by G2.
Deep in the comms. An underfoot angle to start here. It's the POV of how it's feeling at the minute for G2. You are under this bait roster. 3 rounds already found here. But this is where the test begins again. With an open A site. G2 just testing the waters. They're running on in. They're going to have the smoke set up instantly as well. Nice nade damage and the follow-up. It's instant re-engagement from the CT side. Alex even finding the spam onto Hunter to cut things short. Post-plant sure, Mac, but this round's looking horrific.
Retake, though. Looking much better if you're a bait fan. And SunPayus put into a rough position yet again. The 4 men swinging. All together, they do it. All they wanted was that little bit of information. And that'll be that. Bomb plant again. Enough for G2 to continue up these buys if they want to. Maybe now's the point where they haven't really done that damage to the CT economy. And they want to take a bit more of a half buy affair instead. Just to try to get maybe an AWP on board, you know. Get that extra utility for everyone. So if you hit the A site like that, you've got extra just to fend off the donut retake, fend off the CT push. You know, sometimes you need a few more tools to make the job work.
God. See the energy getting to him a little bit there, just trying to shake it off. Fist bumps back out. Dive back into the server, remedy it with the plays.
Okay. G2 choosing the half investment. Seeing just what they can do with a couple of Galils, a little bit of util, sprinkle in a few Tech 9s. See what kind of fine dining could be on the menu.
Where's that first play going to come from? It's Alex that's lurching just on the angle, looking for a bit of a read in case it's a jump spot or a potential boost around towards the ramp side. Obviously, bombs with a herd as well. Testing the waters just at the front entrance of Cave. Clear out on Jaguar. Make sure they can post up on this. Opens up. Always a late rotate back through mid side as well. Red room smoke thrown forth. Matt is trying to look for this. Looking towards Cave side. They see the leg and the double setup works.
Smoke not quite hitting the mark to block off the ramp side of things. And Bait, we're going to stay proactive, sending numbers over towards A, thinking this is just a fake of sorts. But will that come back to bite them? Alex, tucked into Ninja. Smoke to short. Cave entrance Molly, which has been successful at forcing Alex to fight that cave fight. But not expected on site this time. He will be quite solo. Crossfire denied by the smokes. And Malbs, within an inch of his life. But there is space, there is a chance, and there is an opportunity for G2 to get that first on the board. NPL looking to disrespect the smoke on the fade, but he only needs that one bullet onto Malbs. And he's going to find that perfectly. SunPayus needs to be that next pivot man, just dancing at default. Heavy God, plenty of bullets in the magazine, but again, Bait playing retake time after time and getting round after round.
Yeah, crisp with it right now. It's looking slick. Get out onto the site, you can barely find room to get these post plants, but converting any of the rounds just always at their fingertips, never truly being done for G2 so far in Ancient. There's a matter of Bait are playing for these late retakes, it just works. They're just being able to get it over the finish line. Time in, time out. This is NPL again as well, with a nice stand-up performance, leading by example as the IGL, the brains of the operation, but 8 frags yet to go down as well.
Yeah.
Man, it's big. This is kind of like the dream scenario. Bit of a change up here at least. Boost play. Alex has been wary of this. Jump spot info on it. Stays alive, Mac.
Incredibly lucky to dodge that shot. And again, just the smokes denying any early over-aggression that G2 want to throw towards this B site. Hey, this time they're going to play inside site. 3, in fact, looking to re-aggress at ramp. Heavy God. They get caught with U2 in hand. Oh, goes for the jump peek with an up in hand, but there is many men here at lane. And if the CT swing 1 by 1, it might not be as fun as expected. But do they expect Kensizor here as well? They certainly will now. Free haircuts dished out to Hunter. Not knowing if he needed the trim, but with the package retrieval here at B main and 40 on the clock, no other map control. G2 still feeling like they have to push the point and be all in towards the B site here, and that pick makes things a little bit easier.
Yeah, it's a slight room to breathe for a few seconds. Ooh, quick rotation though towards CT side. Try break the smoke for a look in to Head Trick. Wanted to crack that one open. Creating time at least for MPL. He's already arrived in cave. That bomb's not down yet. It leaves SunPayus susceptible to the attack. Spam through the wood, denies the plant. Suddenly Malbs has 10 seconds in a 1v2 where he looks uncomfortable. Peek back towards the bomb site. It's Head Trick staring him in the face and claims another round, adding to their flawless streak. 6-0.
G2 now in a position where that pressure they might have been feeling over on Mirage is starting to be felt again. And Bake just purely outplaying them at every given point. Happy to allow G2, you know, plant after plant just to get these buys on the board over and over. But it don't matter as long as they're getting the rounds up there. 6 on CT. Is this where the tides change? Cave smoke disrespected. Essential going loud in the meanwhile. Malb's going to be flashed off at mid. But with that donut smoke, as well as Red Room, there's a lot of space for G2 to try and create.
Weird bit is though, dude, even when Bait have given a lot of space to G2, it feels like they still just find a way to hit an unexpected shot, piece it back together, patch it up. Whereas G2 just seem so trapped in this kind of rut. These late round hits towards B, losing some of the jewels. Hasn't had the same sort of pep in their step.
Well, they do say that life finds a way. And many fans out there say that G2 is life. G2 is love. But so Shrek when you really think about it. And this time Hunter going to show exactly what getting Shrek'd is like to Essential. B-site control going to be a little harder without him there. And that's if G2 even come this direction. It could be all just a ruse, hoping to draw more attention across toward the B site and Head Trick, faking that rotation back. But still looking to keep eyes on Red and looking to pump the numbers. Kensizor here at the big box might be able to drop that bomb. And again, that time against G2, but Heavy got hitting one that matters this time.
Oh, it's a big scalp to find, and it sets up Malbs for the round-winning maneuver. But suddenly it comes down to one man. The IGL again. Is a 7th round a possibility for the brains of Bait? And PL taking his time, doing his due diligence, clearing the angles, but the clock's starting to run down more and more. Kit in the back pocket, but no nades. All on if he can force out these fights. The T's don't have to give him anything. Just stay tucked in, let this one tick by, and finally lock in their opening round. He can tap it to try force the face here, but with no real time on the clock. Probably just an afterthought. There's the first round for G2.
Better late than never. Getting a bit of oxygen. Well, diving deep into the caves. Diving deep even. Tongue twist is crazy. Instant elbow from Head Trick there. Hitting perfectly. Kensizor just playing back towards the double donut setup. 2 with NPL there, shooting through Red Room to try and maybe draw attention away from the setup they have here at mid. The B-site boys Just dropping a couple of smokes to deny any early pressure, one of them which is getting disrespected. In the meanwhile, Malbs starting to get those headshots that he's known for. Missed opportunity on the second man. As Kensazor answers. And again, we're going to see a nice little contact from the ramp boys. Senthiel might catch Matties in transition, which he will. Everyone else already dropping towards mid. And head trick here. It's going to hit all this util going back towards the A side of things. Man advantage. Potential to trade. And Kensazor. Ooh, he's going to take that solo fight. Things get a little awkward with 50 on the clock. This time, G2 giving themselves a lot more room to breathe. But Heavy God with the spray transfer in through the smoke. Finds the head of Alex. And might keep bait packing.
Oh, he's ready for this as well. Senthiel peeks into it instantly. Lamped out by Heavy God. Uppercut taking his head clean off. Nice hat trick for him. Good round as well. They get another one. Find a bit of momentum here. So an answer finally. Even with some heads up calls into this round, right? You had the aggression, pushing the extremity towards ramp. You got this pick onto Mattis. But it was Heavy God, the 2K with the adjustment shot into CT. Yeah, that one stings.
The rifling core starting to get crispy with it. I think Malbs has certainly had enough, and Heavy God showing that he's going to arrive just in the nick of time to try and get a few of these T rounds in the bag. Try to make the half look a little healthier. And a tactical going to be taken just by bait to the look of it. To try and figure out what might be going wrong, smooth out any potential issues. And I haven't paid attention to it for a hot minute, but head trick is going full 90 degrees with that keyboard. You don't see that too often these days.
Yeah, man, got to get the little tilt on it. Well, I suppose in his case, kind of the full tilt, but whatever works. MPL's got the little close angle as well.
He's got it on the mouse pad side, like it's up against his body.
What a gamer.
It feels like head trick is just smoke man. Like he must just be the dedicated elbow smoker. Doing it round after round so far. But G2. Ooh, this will isolate Kensazor over towards the jungle. Using the final smoke here at mid just to try and survive. But with that smoke faded, it ends up favoring him. And he's going to be able to escape away. No one going for the trade as this hectic scenes happening over towards the A site as well. Head trick tucked in at bid box, hoping that he could find a helping hand. But he does it himself, swinging as wide as humanly possible. Unstoppable with the USP. Oh, mayhem. Towards the middle of the map as well, with Alex finding Hunter pushing smoke, SunPayus tucked at the boxes. This is a rough one to fight your way out of.
Oh, it's gross, bud. Crazy as well, man. Kensazor with a back pedal hitting that. He wasn't getting too much play into the game. It's because he wasn't finding foot traffic from them towards A regularly. But as soon as he starts getting opportunities, he's showing us what he can do. And on the bomb site as well, dude. Head tricked with a maneuver. Realized he was low off his teammates peeking to CT. It was a quick shot back from Heavy God as well. Fair play to him there, but the USP run out got it done. And bait. Showing us some great stock the whole way through this one. So, the answer comes after 2 rounds, dude. They get a little bundle. 2 rounds there.
This one, incredibly important. To try to stabilize, to try to get anything happening towards the end of the half. If they lose this one, the money will be, again, up against the wall. Maybe a bomb plant could change that narrative. But 1-2-2 split for bait, even edging Kensazor back towards that B site. We'll see where all the pieces of util get put. As SunPayus hopes that he's gifted something over towards the red room. Cheeky little boost here. And G2, I've been enjoying when they go for much more explosive approaches, and we might be getting that more towards the mid round, back towards A again. NPL posted from CT. Head trick, eyes on a main. An instant coming through at a nice timing.
A lot of space being taken. Head trick. Oh, bides his time, lines it up. The trigger discipline's good for that headshot onto SunPayus, but so many crosshairs on his angle now. He's got to start a posture further back and just play on the back foot. Wait for the team to arrive. The final piece is Kensizor with a slow play through Donut after they make the first move. Triple threat through Temple. All going in together. It's a bit more innovative. Let's see if it catches him sleeping. Double flash on the close angle. No one bites. Heavy God holds. Looks for the shadow to give the game away. And Mirage Round gets the first tag, but nothing really paying off for him. The entire team going down, just Mattis. Major moves with the AK. In the 1v1, swings it on the head trick, trying to buy time and stay alive. The dance on the site, and with not much left, he'll jump on it. It's going to go right down to the wire. Oh, he's got it.
Half a second in it. Mattis couldn't do enough. He tried. If only he had a slight helping hand in some sort, way or shape. Head trick, cold as ice.
Let's go!
Oh, I could feel that middle finger coming up again. It was there, you know. It was flicking.
Bro, no, legit, you saw the second think about it when he wanted to either throw out a quote or maybe that, but yeah, he's holding back those demons. He's playing aggro right now.
I think he was looking for some eye contact, just like fishing. It's like, who's going to get it, huh? Who's going to get it? You? You want some, huh? You want some? No one wanted any of that smoke. Oh. The general demeanor from the G2 camp not looking too red hot here on the T side. That body language telling a tale. And it's a bit of a nightmare right now. But for the bait individuals, they're staying locked in. Cool, calm, and collected. Many a retake already happening. And we'll see if the boost on long will be a nice little off angle to create an opening for bait again. 1-4 split for G2 as they're hunting for the cave control. Aggressive utility. That molly denying the awkward 50-50 fight you usually have to worry about as you make your way to Jaguar. Cheat up, cave, whatever you want to call it. What's your choice? You know, I guess it is the Swedish Safari, so we should probably lean toward the cheetah side of things, right?
Yeah, cheetah, jag, both of those acceptable. Mate, what was that? That was the Safari speed peak. Oh, mate, they're going off-road. 4x4 action, Kensizor! He's trying to bite it in the back line. It's getting hectic. No one knows what's going on. They've sent Hunter to space, and Alex craters them back to Earth.
The relevant questions. But look, was it Kensizor that did the little peekaboo?
Yeah, dude.
Little in and out? Mate, that was lovely. Just hiding in the bushes. The wild animal, little backflip on that one too. Wild.
You could see he was building up for it. Waited for the right context, delivers the line, delivers the round, and maybe even a 10-2 half if they can get this one.
And great delivery at that. Brought to you by DHL, probably. Flash in, full sight hit. No bait individuals in the vicinity. Mattis as well going to be able to take a name to make the numbers look stronger, but NPL fighting for donut control is going to be able to lock that one in. Essential denying Mattis any chance to leave the vicinity. And just like that, what was a 5v4 gets turned on its head. Bait now with the numbers, but can they keep it up?
Quick hit. Oh, Heavy God turns, but SunPayus has got his eyes in the right location to lock down against one. Head trick, though. Lives up to his name. Headhunting as the Famous makes him famous on that one. 10 rounds for bait. Are they going to steamroll through G2? G2? Find out when we get back into it.
Think something new under the sun. You can't take back them things you already done. No. You blame things that you do on somebody else. No. But they all see is you need help. But still you try so hard to cover up your games. You try so hard, hoping that one day something gon' change. You waste all of your time covering up your tracks. Spend all your days running away. You gotta watch your back, and that's the facts. You spend so much of your life scheming and trying to get over. Got you wondering why you come around. All you get is cold shoulder. Yeah, you try so hard to cover up your games. You try so hard, hoping that one day something gon' change. You try so hard. Yeah. You try so hard. You try so hard.
It's been a dastardly time down in the jungle on Ancient, but boy, did you ever expect it to be 10-2 at the half? I don't know if I did. G2 unable to come through with many of the goods there, getting close in the post plants, but Bait just doing it on the retake time after time. But they can't retake anymore. It's them on the offensive. It's their time to shine. They only need 3 here on the T side to take out G2 and send them into that 1-2 bracket.
The impact from these next few rounds could be monumental. Ooh, for Malbs, though, the Flames sending him off to the Burns ward, doesn't survive. Hot streak back from Heavy God. They come running out towards the site. He's presented with a target-rich environment, but none of the shots deliver. It's an explosion from Bait. A rapid round, site claimed, point made. And that bomb planted with just Mattis walking in. Snaps onto one. Oh, blood in the water. Can he get anything else from this? Snap back over. Don't give him the 1v1s. Ken Scizor recoils into cave. Mattis, suddenly his task gets far harder, and NPL will spot the head. They claim it, and NPL gets loud again.
This is wild. That pistol sends it so close to sealing the deal here for Bait. G2 looking like a shell of themselves here on Ancient, where there has been moments, you know, crazy shots out of Mattis, Heavy God, and Malbs in certain moments. But Hunter's gone disappearing, SunPayus as well. Not finding the efficacy that we know that he can, and Kensizor hasn't been seen at the bottom of mid. Awkward as the flash allows his vision right back. Kensizor going to be able to double down. Action from heaven. And the aggression that G2 brought into the round gets defended perfectly.
What do you even really do here? Seeing if there's anything more to be found, a slight timing, a chance perhaps. I mean, Heavy got on the walk down from ramp side, wants to stalk them out. But the A side's going to be claimed. You've got far more firepower. They can post up for it. Most you really have there is that Galil that's going to be grabbed. Losing this round means that you're staring such an arduous comeback in the face with no room for error. And it's been the bait show. You imagine they'll want to continue it that way. Heavy got at least with the adjustment shot back onto Kensizor there.
The worst possible position to be in. They've got the Galil. They got Heavy God able to drop something across, and a little bit of util brought in. NPL going to go for the hunt, and SunPayus. Will he be found here? They stop the search. They don't want to give across an AK just in case. One round needed. Oh, Lord. Never did I think Bait was going to put on this kind of performance coming into this series today. I thought it was going to be much closer, much more like what we saw kind of on Mirage throughout all maps. But Bait here on Ancient looking like a whole different team. The confidence crazy. And speaking of, they're just going to be going straight into an A hit, or at least look for so, as Alex finds SunPayus with the crocodile in hand.
Yeah, you know they mean business, man, if you bring out the XM10.
Yeah.
Big Daddy Pump finding one there from SunPayus. Oh, God. Mattis. I mean, 5-7 stationary angle. Usually he reps himself for these, but it's uncomfortable. Bit of backup. Able to find some damage. Oh, SunPayus on the drive-by with a shot. He gets one. This is an uncomfortable flow, but it leaves it down to an essential clutch. A 1v2. Smoke on Cave. Bomb in the back for him. He can pick it up. Suspicious about an oncoming Molbs. He goes back. Oh, might be in the right angle to find the head as well. He's playing it perfectly. It's just down to Hunter. The blood following him behind with a trail left on the ground, but a Semfiel in the right angle. Does he have eyes in the back of his head? Turns around for it. Finds that one right between the eyes as they wave bye-bye. They claim the series. NPL popping off and Bait locking it down versus G2.
That is crazy. That is just pure and utter domination out of Bait on Ancient. In full control at every given moment, at every